What up? What up? What up? It's a new week, folks, for Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some charts and see what's going on. So this morning, I wish I would have got it on video because I knew exactly what was going to happen. It was just too perfect of a setup. So on the chart, it looked like we were going long for sure. Like it was, I mean, you look at this and you're like, oh yeah, we're going long. And I was like, wait a minute, this is too perfect. And this is what you need to learn. You need to learn how to think like a market maker. So market makers, they move the market. I've talked about this before. Market makers, they have to fill orders. They have to fill buy and sell orders for their large clients, for these institutional buyers and sellers. And so they move markets. That's why they're called market makers. And this setup, it was too perfect. I was like, okay, it's right at a resistance level. um, it hit the resistance level, bounced off the resistance level, and it made a perfect engulfing uh, formation. And what that means is, well, I'll just show it to you on the chart. But basically, it's a bullish formation. And so I will show you on the chart exactly what happened and what I predicted in my mind. I was like, okay, this is perfect setup for the market makers just to reverse it and get a bunch of trapped longs. And that's exactly what happened. So let me show you what that means. Hold on one sec. All right. So this is the daily chart. And I've made some I made some adjustments, but which I will show you what I moved it back so that I could show you the adjustments I made. So as you can see here, right now, this red candle was green. So let's zoom in real quick so you can see it clearly. All right. So see, you can't really see it very well, but um, there's a big wick right here. Maybe you can see it and I just can't see it because the video is live. But so this wick, what that means is price was right here. And now it's way down here. And so it opened at this level, climbed, 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 and then reversed course sharply and is way down here now. Okay. And so you can't see it right now, but when this was green, it was up against this red candle and it was as large as this red candle. So what they call that is an engulfing candle, and it's bullish. Okay. And so it was right up against this blue trend line, which so people who react to price, they saw it bounce off that trend line, as did I. I saw it happen as well. And so what happened was it made it look like a perfect bullish uh, candle. And then what did the market makers do? Exactly what I thought they would do. They reversed it instead of going higher, like what everybody thought was going to happen, including me. I was like, okay, this should go higher, but it's too perfect. And it was. And what happened? They reversed the trend and now price is way down here. But as you can see, this orange line right here is from the weekly chart. So, and price reacted there as well. So I think this is uh the real support they were looking for. So let's zoom back out here. Okay, so there is the daily chart. And if I go over here, this was the all-time high, 126,000, and it's just been dropping ever since until we found a bottom here at 80,005. Started to climb back up, and then now we've just it's not over. The rally isn't over yet. It has to get, so let me show you the changes I made. So this parallel channel here, okay, if you go out to the weekly, so let's go to the weekly here, which you always do is what I tell you, right? Zoom out, always zoom out. Okay, so here's the weekly chart. So when I joined Crypto Renegades, the mastermind that I'm a part of, the masters who have taught me everything I know, this is where price was right here. So I came in at a top. And of course, I didn't know what I was doing. And so I made a bunch of money and I lost a bunch of money. It sucks because the money I was working with could have propelled me to great heights, but because I didn't know and understand how this stuff works, I lost all my money. But that's how you learn. And now I'm in a way better position and I actually understand how it works and I don't trade for income. When you trade for income, you're stressed, you're worrying about, oh, am I going to be able to pay my bills this month? You're not in an emotional state to where trading is effective or even profitable because you just start trading off of emotion. You're not trading off of logic and based off of what the charts are telling you. You're just like, oh, yeah, maybe you're gambling, basically. But when you learn how to set up your account properly, like I teach on my Thursday night masterclass, you can enter no losing trades. And it becomes, and trading becomes profitable because you're trading based off of your account size. So if you have $1,000, well, then you can only enter a contract size of $100. That's 1% or 10% of your account size. But when you add leverage, that makes it only 1%. And again, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you got to join me on my Thursday night masterclass because that's where I break everything down. These videos that I do are just quick videos to go over the market, where the market's at. And so as you can see, the weekly here, let's get rid of I'm just going to get rid of this here. I'll draw it back on and let's get rid of this here. We'll draw that back on. Okay, so as you can see, weekly, we hit 80,500, came back up, started climbing, and now we've retraced and we are testing. If it goes below this yellow line right here, then we're going to this purple line. If this purple line doesn't hold, then we're going to this purple line. If it gets below this purple line right here, then we are in bear market territory, and it's probably likely that we are going to go, we could go as low as back down to all the way to 15,000. It's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Is it possible? Yes. And that's why I also teach that you can make money when it's going down and when it's going up. And you got to learn that. You got to learn how to make money when it's going up and how to make money when it's going down. You know why? Because when you're just worried about, oh, is it going to go up? Then you're in an emotional state. You're not in a logical state. You're in an emotional state. And you have to remove the emotion from trading. And how do you do that? You do that by padding your account. So this is not a strategy for people. It works for small accounts. If you have $1,000 account, you can work. It just takes longer because you're working with a smaller account. But when you have a $10,000 account or a $100,000 account or $1 million account, well, that removes a lot of risk. And when you understand that, it makes trading a lot more fun and a lot more profitable. So, how do you get money to put in your trading account? Well, you got to have income from another source. And also, I teach that too. The best way is to use other people's money. You go to these big banks, you apply for some credit cards, you open an account, then you tell them that you have a business and you want a business account. And then you can get credit on your personal side and the business side. And then you can stack like $25,000 to $50,000 of free money from the banks. You take that, you buy equity in a business that pays you cash flow every month. You take that cash flow, you put it into your trading account. You only trade based off of your account size. So, and you just continually add money to your trading account like it's your savings account. And you just buy Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin and trade Bitcoin and make more Bitcoin. it's the most bestest strategy in the entire world. And I'm so happy and grateful that I figured it out because it truly is a game changer. When you know how to just stack more Bitcoin upon Bitcoin, you're not pooling, you're stacking is the best word. You're stacking an asset that the banks now lend against. You can go to BNY Mellon in New York. You can tell them that you have however much Bitcoin you have. You deposited it into an account, into a custody account that they custody, and then you can borrow against it, just like any other asset in the world. If you hold stocks, bonds, real estate, insurance, those assets you can borrow against. This is the game, folks. This is the game. You stack assets, you borrow against those assets, you buy more assets, and you just keep doing that. And you just keep stacking assets. And it doesn't make sense until it makes sense. And for some people, they get it a lot sooner than others. And some people, they never get it. And then some people, they get it, but they are in a position where they don't want to take on any more risk. And for those people, this strategy is the best strategy because it's not risk-free. Nothing is risk-free, but it's pretty low on the risk spectrum because you're buying equity in companies that are already established. They already have management in place. The business runs like a well-oiled machine, and all you do is inject equity into that company because maybe they want to expand. Maybe I came in and showed them how to increase their revenue by implementing a digital marketing strategy. And just by doing that, they increase their revenue by 25%. Well, and for me showing them how to do that, I ask for an equity position. Hey, I'll show you how to do that, but I want a piece of the revenue that you're going to generate from my marketing efforts. And that's fair because when you increase their cash flow, when you increase their bottom line, they are happy to reward you for that. So this is the game, folks. This is how the game is played by the wealthy. And once you understand it, it's just, I have seriously been walking around just elated because of what I understand and what I know how to do. And when you know how to do that, and when you know what your purpose is in life, and you know, I don't know who said it, but somebody said it, one of those masters out there, once you figure out your purpose in life, life becomes a lot easier. And it's true. And I know because from lived experience. So, anyways, sorry, I digress a lot if you don't know that by now. So, as you can see there on the weekly chart, right now, this support line is holding. If we fall through here, could it go lower and hold? It could. Could it go like this? But see this once this, so this didn't hold. So all the support and resistance traders, boom. See that line right there? This is a major support. Boom, we fell through it. What could happen? They already reversed price once. They could reverse it again, right? So this is the weekly chart. So by the end of this week, this candle right here that takes 1 week to print could end up green. It could end up all the way up here. Or it could end up all the way down here. What's more likely? I mean, if you know market structure, that looks like we're going lower. But that's exactly what the market makers want you to think, so that they can trap you in a short again. Just like they trapped all these longs right here and all these longs right here. There's still so much liquidity up here because all these people that are trapped, the traders who are too scared to exit their positions or don't know how to trade because they don't do the no losing strategy that I teach, they wait for price to return to this level. And if price returns to this level, then it's most likely that we're going to go even higher. But what do people do they're sweating bullets here because they're like, shit, I thought price was going higher and now it's going lower. So what are they going to do? They're going to wait for it to return back to here, and then they will sell. Instead of staying in their positions and waiting for it to go higher and make money, they're like, finally price has returned. I'm back in the green. I can relieve my stress, and they just sell. They don't understand that if they've been in the red this long, well, you might as well stay in the red a little bit longer until it gets back to at least here, right? But that's not how psychology works. Your brain is screaming at you to sell. And if you understand what you're holding, that's the whole thing, people. When you understand the asset you're holding, you will never sell. You just buy more. And you just, on these red days like this, let's buy some right now. So you know so I can show you that I practice what I preach. So let's go here. And let's go here. What do I preach? Buy on the red days, sell on the green days. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Okay, here we go. I'm on the right screen now, so let's switch it. All right. So here is the weekly chart. in my trading account. So as you can see right here, I have $5,722 in my trading account. And it's a red day, so let's buy some. Let's buy, open a long, we're going to open a long position. Woo, I love that sound. Love that sound. So we just bought 1,000 contracts. What is 1,000 contracts? 1,000 contracts is equal to $1,000. Okay. Currently, I am in a position that is, oh, this is what I want. This is what I wanted to show as well. Why most people can't handle trading. Okay. And it's because of the drawdowns. Okay. Now, if you see here, I am negative $1,233. All right. With a total of 26,000 contracts. That's how many contracts I am in currently. Okay. So what, and this green line right here, this green line is my entry. So if price does not return to this green line here, and it keeps going down this way, if this support, so I won't start opening short positions until we break this support level down here, because this could just double bottom here, bounce, and then go higher. But if it doesn't hold down here, I will stay in these long positions, but I will then start stacking short positions to hedge this long, or to hedge this long that I'm in, that I am negative $1,200. Okay. Now, most people, they can't handle being drawn down $1,200. But when your account size is 250 grand or $1 million or whatever it is, right? Being negative $1,200 is nothing, because you know why? Because when you've been doing this long enough, you know that this is probably where price is going. Now, do I know that that's going to happen? No, I don't. Am I placing trades here in hopes that that does happen? Yes, I am. So, but if that doesn't happen, am I going to close out of this position and lose $1,200? No, I'm not. Is that what most people would do? Yes, it is. What am I going to do? I'm going to watch the charts like I do every day and respond accordingly. And that's what I teach every Thursday night, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Join me on my YouTube channel here. I go live every Thursday night, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at CJ Peart. Check me out. Give me a like, share, and a follow. That's my handle on all of my socials. So CJ Peart, or you can find me on Instagram, Teton Digital Assets. All right, folks, be kind to each other. I love you. Peace, love, prosperity, baby.